I joined the invisible church. It really was a diverse gathering of people. So many different races, varied backgrounds, the religious and totally non-religious, you name them, they were there. Even this gathering was a reflection of the worldwide body of believers, made up from people from various walks of life and denominations, those saved by Jesus, his body and his chosen people. I fitted in well. I loved Jesus and was very happy to be saved. We spent many hours on the streets and in shopping malls, witnessing to people about how our lives had been changed by Jesus. It was a very vibrant church, and many people came to know Jesus. The pastor, Nelson, felt a call to go to Durban. Two of us went with him. We did much the same there as we had done in Johannesburg. Within a couple of years, the church mushroomed to a few hundred people. I was the worship leader. We had no idea of worship format. We didn't play three fast songs, then worship the Lord after a slow one. We just sensed the Spirit and what He wanted to do, and away we'd go. There was no healing meeting, but there were people being healed and restored during the services. All Nelson did was preach about Jesus, love and forgiveness from all the wrong we had done, and will do, and Jesus healed the broken-hearted and set the captives free. The 2 years we were there were just so refreshing and simple, just Jesus. Yes, our message about Jesus was uncomplicated but relevant to help people from diverse backgrounds and lifestyles. There was excitement, joy, and peace. We loved to be in church and we loved to be with people. Nelson felt a call to go to London and establish another church over there, so he and two others of us embarked on our first overseas missionary journey. London is a huge city, and as we were all quite young, we decided to start up a church in a trendy, vibrant area. Earl's Court was chosen as the place to start a church, and it proved to be the right decision. We met people from just about every corner of the globe, and we shared with them the good news about Jesus. We definitely made an impact in London, and not only did local people come to know Jesus, but people from all over the world got saved by Jesus. I started up a satellite church in Richmond, and we had plans to start other churches all over the place. We really seemed to be on quite a roll. It was here in London that I met my Kiwi wife, Anne. After 2 years of being very involved with the church, all appeared seemingly well. The church was growing and people were being saved. Beneath the surface, however, I was starting to feel a bit cold and alone. At the time, I couldn't understand why I was feeling out of sorts, but with hindsight, I began to see that I had unwittingly become a servant to formulas and programs. And in the end, no amount of religious activity can substitute for a relationship with the living Jesus. I was slowly but surely drifting away from my dependence on Jesus to help and guide me. I was relying more on programs and clever thinking to try and build a sizable church. Anne and I left London with a small team to start a work in Boston, USA. I felt excited and was very enthusiastic about our new venture. Boston University, Cambridge attracts thousands of students from all over the world, and it seemed good to us that we should start up a church in that area. Once again, the Lord loved us. He honored our efforts and many people got saved. We ran the church in Cambridge in much the same format as we had done in London and South Africa. After about 9 months of running the church, I felt very stale and tired. I felt like I was running on empty same old sermons, same old boring one-liners. I was getting nothing fresh from the Lord. I felt like I was giving the people stale old bread. Being with Jesus and running a church had become very clinical and orchestrated. I was driving the sheep rather than leading them. I had to psyche myself up just to go through the service, smile at the right time, say praise the Lord at the right time, etc., etc. After 2 years, we had to leave the U.S. because of visa problems. We couldn't leave the church to someone else to run. I hadn't thought this through and had not trained any leaders to carry on with the work that I had started. We left many people stranded and they had to find a new church to attend. Did I really care? I'm ashamed to admit it, but I didn't really care. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is life and peace. I was no longer experiencing either His life or His peace. If I never preached or sang another Jesus song again, I was not fazed. I was finished.